Hello and welcome to another edition of News Showcase. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Reports say India's economy expanded by 8.4% in the final 3 months of 2023 and remains the world's fastest growing in the world. The data, which comes ahead of the general election, indicates that India is expected to surpass Germany and Japan to become the third largest economy in the world soon. The nation's manufacturers put up a great show, with the industry growing by 11.6% during the time and contributed to the better-than-expected increase. But meager monsoon rains have affected the struggling agriculture sector, which makes up about 15% of the $3.7 trillion economy. According to the International Monetary Fund, India's economy is expected to grow by 6.5% this year, compared to China's 4.6%. At least 4 people suffered injuries after an explosion at a restaurant in the southern city of Bengaluru. According to the authorities, an investigation is underway to find out the cause of the explosion at the Rameshwaram Cafe, which is popular with office-goers in a busy neighborhood. Reports said 3 of the injured are employees of the restaurant, and one of them with serious injuries is under intensive care. Television footage showed a pillar which was damaged from the impact of the explosion. The explosion did not start a fire, and investigators are looking at the possibility of a leak in the restaurant's gas lines, but initial reports ruled out a gas cylinder blast. There are indications that the main opposition grouping in Maharashtra has completed electoral deals for the upcoming parliamentary elections. The bloc known as the Mahavikas Aghadi is led by the Shiv Sena UBT and includes the Congress Party and the Nationalist Congress Party faction of Sharad Pawar. Reports said Shiv Sena took 20 seats, the Congress agreed to 18, and the NCP faction will contest in 10 constituencies. The western state of Maharashtra, where India's financial hub Mumbai is located, has 48 seats in the Indian Parliament. The governing party in the state is backed by the BJP of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, which will try to win a third term in the elections. India successfully tested 2 variants of its short-range air defense missiles off the coast of Odisha state this week. The Defense Ministry said the Defense Research and Development Organization tested 2 prototypes of the Very Short-Range Air Defense System missiles at the Integrated Test Range in Chandipur using a ground-based portable launcher. In a statement, the ministry said the missile features numerous innovative technology, such as integrated avionics and a miniaturized reaction control system, both of which have been successfully demonstrated during the flight tests. The main purpose of the missile is to neutralize low-altitude aerial threats at short ranges, and it is propelled by a dual-thrust solid motor. The indigenously built missile is designed by Research Center Emirat in Hyderabad. The Badar Tobacco Company in Uttar Pradesh was raided by tax officials who uncovered a network of financial manipulations that stretch across states and even beyond India. According to insiders, officials discovered a startling disparity between the claimed and actual revenue of the company. Reports said the searches took place at 20 sites, including Delhi, Kanpur, Mumbai, and Gujarat. Officials stumbled on a fleet of luxury cars, which included Rolls-Royce Phantom, a McLaren, a Porsche, and a Lamborghini. According to reports, Badar Tobacco Private Limited reported income of rupees 20 to 25 crore, while having an actual turnover estimated at more than rupees 100 crores. Reports quoting the tax department said the company violated GST and income tax rules. Customs officials in Mumbai handed in 5 daggers from the medieval era and a folding knife from the British era to the Archaeological Survey of India. Some reports said more than 100 art treasures were handed over to the ASY. According to officials, the artifacts were seized over the years and their value was estimated to be very high on the foreign market. The folding knife from the British era was seized in 2004 while they were being smuggled out of Mumbai to Europe. Export or trading in antiquities or art treasures is banned under the Antiquities and Art Treasures Act of 1972. Only licensed representatives and government agencies are allowed to deal with such assets of the nation. Thousands of mourners turned up for the funeral of Alexei Navalny in Moscow, who died while serving a jail term last month. The US, French, and German ambassadors were among the foreign dignitaries who attended a church ceremony in honor of Navalny, who was a strong critic of Russian President Vladimir Putin. Navalny's wife Yulia and US President Joe Biden have said that Putin was responsible for his death, but the Kremlin dismissed the charge as absurd. Reports said supporters avoided protests at the funeral because of the risk of arrests, and no one was detained. Unverified reports said Navalny died just weeks before an arrangement to swap him for a Russian agent being held in Germany. Authorities in Bangladesh said a fire that started in a multi-story structure has claimed the lives of at least 43 people. According to local media, the fire started in a restaurant in Dhaka and it took 2 hours to extinguish the blaze. About 75 people were rescued from the building and shifted to hospitals. The health minister said several of the dead were women and children who were taken to the Dhaka Medical College for treatment. Several others were declared dead at another medical facility in the city, and 21 others are in a critical condition. The 10-floor building has multiple eateries, apparel stores, and cell phone shops, and similar incidents in the past have been blamed on poor safety precautions at commercial buildings in the country. Reports from Gaza say over 100 Palestinians have died and several hundred others were hurt after they mobbed aid trucks that brought in essential supplies. Surrounded by Israeli tanks, crowds gathered around a convoy of vehicles on the beachfront road southwest of Gaza City. According to Israel's military, tanks fired warning shots but did not aim at the convoy, but some Palestinians said soldiers fired directly at them. A Palestinian eyewitness said most of those killed were run over by trucks as they attempted to proceed. Reports said Israeli drone footage showed bodies loaded onto empty aid wagons and carts pulled by donkeys. Medical humanitarian organization MSF spoke of horrific scenes and demanded a sustainable truce. A top U.S. trade official has said that a sharp decline in commerce between the U.S. and China might be a good thing. According to Catherine Tai, it can be a sign of optimistic diversification on both sides, as the volume of goods traded between the two largest economies in the world fell over 17% in the previous year. The commodities the U.S. purchased from China reduced by 20% last year. Trade between the two has decreased since many large U.S. corporations have been shifting their production outside of China. Under the Biden administration, economic ties with China have deteriorated as a result of new trade restrictions imposed by both sides. Among the worst hit was exports of computer chips, which caused a shortage worldwide. Iran has held its first elections after the widespread anti-government demonstrations, which shook the country in 2022. The elections on Friday are viewed as a critical litmus test for Iran's leadership in terms of legitimacy and popular support, although low voter turnout is predicted. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader who has presided over the nation for 30 years, urged the people to vote. Voter apathy is still high after a period of upheaval following the death of a young woman held by morality police over wearing the hijab. There are more than 61.2 million voters in the country. A record number of 15,200 candidates have been authorized to run for the 290 seats, but just 30 of them are reformists. Elon Musk has sued OpenAI and its CEO Sam Altman, among other people, alleging that they have broken contractual obligations established when he assisted in founding the ChatGPT company in 2015. According to the lawsuit in San Francisco, Musk was first approached by Altman and Greg Brockman, the co-founders of OpenAI, to establish an open-source, non-profit organization dedicated to creating artificial intelligence technologies for the benefit of humanity. According to Musk's attorneys, the Microsoft-backed business's concentration on making money violates that contract. After launching in November 2022, ChatGPT, an OpenAI chatbot, grew to become the fastest-growing software program globally in just 6 months. It also spurred the introduction of competing chatbots that capitalized on the hype to raise billions of dollars in investment. In an amazing display, pilots gathered on a runway in Dubai for the city-state's maiden jet suit race. The competition, which was hosted by Gravity Industries in association with the Dubai Sports Council, saw competitors wearing jet engines on their hands and backs, which evoked scenes from Iron Man. Pilots skillfully maneuvered the course with powerful jet suits in this futuristic spectacle, which was set against the stunning cityscape of Dubai Marina's tall skyscrapers. The competition was held on a runway in Dubai Marina that was rented out by Skydive Dubai, a company which sets up thrilling experiences for its guests. Isa Kalfon, a pilot from the United Kingdom, crossed the finish line first and was awarded a golden jet turbine. Thank you for watching. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Do tune in, same time tomorrow, for a roundup of the latest news and updates in India and around the world.